Yes, hello everyone. This is CA Meet Parekh. My name is CA Meet Parekh and I'll be taking your accounts for foundation course. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all that you are starting your studies. In foundation, you will be having 100 marks accounts paper. This is our first class. We'll be having certain basic introduction how we'll be studying, and then we'll be starting with full-fledged learning from the next class. Yes, in this class we'll be having certain basic discussion on our syllabus, how we'll be studying, from what books we'll be studying, what we'll be doing in the lectures, etc. Yes, so this will be a basic introductory lecture. See friends, as you all know that it is the paper 1 of your foundation is your accountancy. Yes, this will be in 100 marks subjective paper. Yes, what do you mean by this subjective paper? That is, you need to write down a detailed paper as you are writing in your 12th standard, a paper for a total of 100 marks, and minimum passing marks are required is 40 as of each paper. See, this is the only I believe this is the only paper in your foundation which is having 100 marks full one subject. In your law you are having communication, in your economics you are having BCK, with maths you are having stats and logical reasoning. So there are then bits and pieces, but in accounts there is only one subject, that is accountancy, and it has been given a certain weightage in your foundation examination. You need to score minimum 40 marks out of 100, but I would say you need to score 60 marks or more than 60 marks to get to your aggregate marks. Yes, so this is basically the weightage. Let us discuss a bit regarding what will be the syllabus for foundation. Your module is divided into two parts, 1 and 2. One is having certain basic chapters, that is theoretical chapter. Second, accounting process. This is your 11th standard. Yes, you can say theoretical framework, accounting process. Then you have bank reconciliation statement, inventories, depreciation, and accounting for special transaction. This will be something new for you people. I think this all part you would have studied in your 11th standard. Your module 2 contains final account of sole proprietorship concern. Then you have partnership accounts. Third, you have final accounts, or you can say financial statements of non-profit organizations, that is NPO. And fourth, you have company accounts. Friends, I am giving you a briefing regarding all these chapters. Somewhere this chapters, I would say this 5 chapters you might have studied in your 11th standard, or you might not have studied in 11th standard. Sometimes there are queries from students that, sir, we have not been taught entire 11th standard in our school. Then not to worry anything, we'll be learning each and everything in detail which is there in your syllabus. So one, I know that you people have appeared and or you people have cleared your 12th standard, but I'll be going with a basic mindset that I have to teach from scratch. So I'll be teaching everything to you people, even if it was there in your 11th 12th, even if it was not there in your 11th 12th. The first chapter is basic introduction of accounts. What do you mean by fundamentals of accounts? What are the recent developments in accounts, or what you will be learning during the curriculum of your CA journey. Second is accounting process. Accounting process starting from journal entries, subsidiary books, cash books, trial balance, and it also includes rectification of errors. Third is bank reconciliation statement. It is there in your 11th standard. Most of you might have studied, many of you might not have studied it. Not to worry, we will be learning in the class. Fourth, an entire chapter on inventory. Sir, an entire chapter on inventory. You people know that there is an adjustment in final accounts of proprietorship as well as partnership regarding closing stock. Inventory means closing stock. Yes, this adjustment is always there in your final accounts question. What was the answer to it? Cost or market price, whichever is lower. But there is an entire chapter on it. We will be learning in detail. Again, depreciation is an adjustment which you people know is always there in the question of final accounts, but still there is an entire chapter. We will be learning methods, we will be learning why to provide depreciation and what is the necessity of providing depreciation and the process of accounting. Now, this accounting for special transaction contains bills of exchange, consignment accounting, then it is having sale of goods on approval basis. It is having a chapter on average due date and account current. So, we have heard only regarding bills of exchange. Yes, this chapter is there in your 11th standard. Again, there is a doubt that you might have learnt it, but these are 5 distinct chapters in this accounting for special transactions. These are altogether separate chapters. Certain specific accounting nature, accounting process for all this type of transactions or what you will be doing with this chapter, that will be learning. Then you can say this is majorly your 12th standard. Yes, accounting for partnership and company accounts. Sir, is it true that what we have studied is correct or what we have studied is not correct? See friends, what you have studied in your 12th standard or your 11th standard is true. That is, you have not been taught nothing or taught which is wrong. You have never been taught which is wrong, but you people don't know why you are doing accounting in such a manner. You people also don't know the detailed reasons of doing such thing. So, our main target will be to learn this. And yes, final accounts of sole proprietorship, this is what you have learnt in your 11th standard. I am not sure whether you have learnt accounting for NPOs in your 11th standard or 12th standard. Basically, this is your 100 marks syllabus. So, what is the weightage? See friends, their institute, ICAI, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, has given certain weightages to certain group of chapters. Firstly, they have not given individual weightage. Second, I am not discussing much on weightage because we don't know what type of question, whether a 1 mark question or whether a 5 marks question or whether a 10 marks question will be asked from which chapter. So, basically we are supposed to learn everything, and believe me friends that if we learn properly, if you people do the homework and the classwork, 80 marks is very normal. Again I am saying, if you are doing whatever I am teaching in the class, if you are revising timely and solving all the questions which I am giving you for practice, believe me, scoring 80 marks is not a big deal. It's a very achievable thing. So, if you people are aiming for a rank, accounts is the place where you can score the maximum. See, this is just a basic introduction of what is there in your foundation part. Sir, most of this have been taught to us in 11th standard, and one student may say that, sir, I know each and everything which has been given in the syllabus. Sir, I am knowing everything. Yes friends, you are being taught these things in your 11th and 12th standard, but you are not being taught the logic, the reason of doing such an accounting. So, my part would be teach you the logic, the concepts, and not how to pass the entries, but why to pass the entry, what type of entries are to be passed in a particular accounting transaction. Yes, so that would be my duty to teach you the basic logics, the fundamentals, the content of accounting. Is it fine? Yes, in today's class we are not learning anything new, But let us discuss one small example, and you will be able to know the difference that you had in learning in your 11th and 12th standard and what you will be having now onwards. Yes, just give me a minute, I'll clear the board. Yes, let us continue. I am giving you a small example. I assume that you all know the journal entries, basic journal entries, and you know something regarding final accounts. I am giving you one question, or you can say one query, that goods worth rupees 50,000 given as donation. Yes, say for example, I am a furniture dealer. And I am giving furniture worth rupees 50,000 to a library. Yes, can you tell me the journal entry for this? Can you tell me the journal entries? Yes, I want answer to two questions. What shall be the journal entry for this, and what shall be its effect in final accounts? Yes, you need to answer two questions, that goods given worth rupees 50,000 as donation. A furniture dealer is giving 50,000 rupees of goods to a library as donation. What shall be the journal entry? Please give yourself 2 minutes and answer. Yes, most of you would be given an answer as the journal entry shall be charity expense, or you can say donation expense, debit 50,000 to purchase, or you can say goods given as charity rupees 50,000. Yes. So what is new in this? We all know this. Yes, charity expense debit to goods given as charity, or you can say to purchase. Yes, to purchase 50,000. But my query is that let us put the effect of this journal entry into your final accounts. Say this thing was given as an adjustment, in your final accounts question. Now I am drawing a trading and a combined P&L account. Yes, trading and a combined P&L account. So there is no distinction between trading and P&L. There are certain entries: to opening stock 1 lakh, to purchase 5 lakhs. I am writing in an inner column as I am having an adjustment to it. To direct expense, yes, 50,000. To indirect expense 50,000. Yes, and on this side I am having my sales. Say I am having my sales as 10 lakh, and I am having closing stock worth rupees say 20,000. Yes friends, there is an adjustment which I don't remember that it is there as an adjustment. So what I am doing is I am putting my net profit. I believe there is a net profit. It's 1 plus 1 2 plus 5 7. So to my net profit, yes, can you help me out with my net profit? It turns out to be 3,20,000. Is it fine? So without giving the effect of this adjustment, my net profit turns out to be 3,20,000. Now I am putting the effect of this adjustment into my final accounts. Yes, you all know the effect, charity expense debit. So I need to add an entry, that is charity expense 50,000, and to purchase. So reduce from this goods given as charity. Yes, please pardon me with the space, 50,000. Yes, and my net answer comes out to be 4,50,000. So again, let us check the net profit. It's 1 plus 2 plus 5 7 and 320. Yes, I believe there should be some doubt in your mind. So no, there is no doubt. It's absolutely clear that this transaction is to be given effect in this manner only. But friends, understand, there should surely be a doubt with this entry. Why? Before passing this entry, my net profit was 3,20,000, and after passing this entry, my net profit is still 3,20,000. So if I am giving goods as charity worth rupees 50,000, what is the impact on my profit? 0. So what you can say is, sir, whatever you want to donate, you can donate. You can donate goods worth rupees 5 lakhs. Still there will be no impact on your profit. Do you think if I am an accountant of that furniture company, or you can say that trader, and if I tell the owner of that company that whatever you want to give as donation, you can give, there is no impact on your profit, will he believe me? The answer is no. What he would say, as I am giving goods worth rupees 50,000, I am surely making a loss of 50,000, or rather I am surely incurring an expense of 50,000. Then I would be saying, no sir, I have done the accounting. If I give the effect of this entry, the profit is 320. If I don't give the effect of this entry, the profit still remains 320. What he would be saying is, you are a fool. Yes, what the owner will be saying to me, that you are a fool, you don't know accounting. But then what I would be thinking is, this is what I have been taught in my 11th and 12th standard. Believe me friends, what you have done is absolutely correct. This entry is absolutely correct. But then what is wrong with this final accounts that we are supposed to learn? Yes, just give a 1 minute's thought, and try to understand what had happened with this entire entry and the effect on final accounts. Yes, see, please try and understand what this entry is doing. It is just passing on the effect from trading account to P&L account. Sir, what do you mean by that? Please understand, this is when I am debiting certain amount to purchase, it is my expenditure. Yes, let us take one more example and then try to understand. Say for example, in the final accounts, yes, again I am doing a combined trading P&L. I had started business by purchasing goods worth rupees 50,000. I have not done anything, I have not done any charity, I have not sold anything, I have not done anything. Yes, then what will be my closing stock? By closing stock 50,000. Yes, the goods are with me. What is my net profit? 0. Or you can say, what is my net loss? 0. Yes, this is a very simple thing. Now understand, I am giving goods worth rupees in this example. Yes, I am giving goods worth rupees 50,000 as charity. Okay, so purchase would be there as it is, but what would be my closing stock? My closing stock would be 0. Yes, my closing stock would be 0. And what will be my net loss? My net loss would be 50,000. Do you understand this situation? Now, as I have given something in charity, I am incurring a net loss of 50,000. Sir, you were telling that there is no impact. Please understand, when I have given goods worth rupees 50,000, my closing stock reduces and then I am incurring a net loss of 50,000. But what we are doing with this entry, we have been taught this entry. Please understand what we are doing with this entry. What we are doing is reducing this 50,000 from purchase and to charity expense, showing it separately as 50,000. Yes, showing it separately as 50,000. And what is then the impact? 50 minus 50, 0. An expense of 50,000, an income of 0. So net loss of 50,000. Yes, friends, when I am giving something as charity, there is surely and surely a loss of 50,000. Yes, there is a sure and sure loss of 50,000. But what you are doing with this entry is, you are just transferring that expenditure which was there in your purchase account to your indirect expense as 50,000. What is happening is, as you have given goods in charity, you don't want to show the impact of that purchase on your trading efficiency. Yes, please understand, whether I have incurred any gross loss, whether I don't know to do the business, so what will be the impact in the first case? If I am not putting this entry, my gross loss turns out to be 50,000. That means I don't know how to sell. But do you think I have incurred the loss as I don't know how to sell? No, I have incurred the loss because I have given certain goods free of cost. Yes, so then that loss should not be booked in my trading account, but that should be booked in my profit and loss account. Hence, we are reducing that from purchase and we are bringing it down to charity expense in our P&L account. Are you getting this? So this entry is just passed to transfer my loss from my trading account to my profit and loss account. This entry does not bring the loss for charity. Where that expenditure has been recorded, it is already recorded when I am making the purchase. When I am making the purchase, I am making the expenditure. But if I am not selling it, I will be at loss. Then if it is free of cost, it should not be there in my purchase, but that should be shown separately as charity expense. People should come to know, the owner should come to know that his manager, his sales manager knows how to sell the goods, but the company has incurred a loss of 50,000 because they have given something as free. I hope you are understanding. See, this was something very basic which you have been taught, but you have not been taught why this entry is passed and what is the actual impact of this entry on your final accounts, on the results of the business. I hope this is fine. Yes, friends, let us take one more example. Do we have time? Yes, we have time. Let us take one more example and then we will be winding up today's lecture. Yes, you can just forward for some 30 seconds. Yes, it will take a bit of time. Yes, friends. Let us take one more example, one very common entry that you all will be knowing. Say at the end of the year, at the end of the year, closing stock worth 2 lakh rupees is left. Yes, at the end of the year there is a closing stock of rupees 2 lakh. Again the same two questions, what will be the journal entry and what shall be its impact on the final accounts. I think the second answer would be easier for you. What is the impact of closing stock on final accounts? It is always there as an adjustment. Yes, final accounts, in any question of final accounts you will be having this adjustment. What shall be the answer? Trading account credit side, balance sheet asset side. What shall be the journal entry? Many of you might not be knowing the journal entry, but the journal entry is closing stock account debit 2 lakh to trading account rupees 2 lakh. Yes. And if I show you the impact on the final accounts, I think yes, we'll be understanding why this entry is there. Yes, this is my trading account, opening stock say 5 lakh, purchase 10 lakhs, sales 20 lakhs, and there is a closing stock. Yes, I am not giving the impact of this closing stock, or rather let us give the effect, and you all know that it is to be written as closing stock worth 2 lakh. And what shall be my gross profit? My gross profit shall be 7 lakh. Is it fine? Yes or no? So there is a gross profit of 7 lakhs. And in the balance sheet, you will be showing this as an asset, closing stock worth 2 lakh. Friends, give a strain to your brain and think. Closing stock is the only account, that is appearing, closing stock is the only account that is appearing in your trading account as well as in your balance sheet. If you take the examples of sales, it is always there as a trading account item, a purchase only as a trading account item. You can say fixed asset is always there as a balance sheet item, loan is always there as a balance sheet item. Give a strain to your brain. There is nothing which is there in trading or P&L and balance sheet both. Sir, you can say there is sales, then there is debtors. Okay, that is something else. Yes, you are having something else as a corresponding effect. There is plant and machinery, then you can say there is depreciation, but depreciation is altogether something else. There is no single item which is given, which is same in your trading P&L as well as your balance sheet. Yes. Do you know why we are writing closing stock with your trading account? Yes. Please try and understand. Every one of you know the impact of or know the effect of closing stock and that effect on trading account and balance sheet. But please let us give some 10-15 minutes and try to understand why we are doing so, why we are writing closing stock as a trading account item, as a balance sheet item also. Let us take an example. We are starting with the business of aeroplanes. What type of aeroplanes? Toys. Yes, not the real ones. Say we are starting with the business of aeroplanes. What is happening? Please understand. What is happening? Please understand. I am preparing a trading account, 2 columns. One column is for quantity, other is for rupees, one for quantity, other for rupees. What is happening? Please understand. We are starting the business to purchase. We are purchasing 10 aeroplanes for 100 each. So, a total purchase of 1000. Yes, a total purchase of 1000. In the first year, we are selling 5 aeroplanes. Yes, let us for example understand, we are selling 5 aeroplanes. Yes, 5 aeroplanes for 120 each. 120 each. So, my sales would be 600. Yes or no? Logically, logical profit. Yes. Logical profit. What should be my logical profit? My logical profit should be 5 aeroplanes which are sold, and I want a 20 rupees profit on each aeroplane. So, 5 into 20, my profit, logical profit should be 100 for this year 1. Is it fine? This should be there as my logical profit. But I don't know the effect of, I don't know how to give the effect of closing stock, and hence what I am doing is I am writing a gross loss by gross loss of what amount? 400. As soon as my owner, the business owner, sees such account, what he is doing? He is firing out the sales manager. What he is doing? He is firing out the sales manager. Why he is doing so? He is telling the sales manager that you are a fool, you don't know how to make sales, and you have earned me a loss. You have earned me a loss of 400 rupees. And he is very unhappy and he leaves the business. Let us understand the situation in year 2. Let us understand the situation in year 2. Yes, again let us prepare a 2 column trading account. One for quantity and one for rupees. Yes, this is my year 2. In year 2, would there be any opening stock? Yes, obviously there would be an opening stock with my go down. Yes, in my go down there would be still some 5 aeroplanes lying idle. But would there be any opening stock in the books of accounts? Yes, there is a quantity of 5 aeroplanes, but would there be a value? No, the value will be 0. But what is happening? Please understand what is happening. Please understand. The new sales manager which has been appointed, is selling this aeroplanes, this 5 aeroplanes at 90 rupees per aeroplane. At 90 rupees per aeroplane. Logically, tell me logically whether he has done good or bad. Bad. He has made a loss. A plane, a toy purchase for rupees 100 is being sold for 90. So, logical profit or loss is rupees 50. There is a loss of rupees 50. I'll be writing the negative figure in brackets. But what my account shows? Account shows 2 gross profit of 450. Yes, at the end of year 2, when the owner is checking the accounts, he is giving lot of praise to the sales manager. He is giving a lot of praise to the sales manager that the previous manager got me a loss of 400 and you have earned me a profit of 450 rupees. He is very happy that his new sales manager is doing business excellently and he is earning him profits. And he gives him a rise. Yes? But do you think the answers are logical? The accounts are logical? No, sir, our logical answer was 100 rupees profit in first year and a loss of 50 rupees in second year. But sir, why this was not reflected in our accounts? Because what we done is, we wrote a cost of 10 aeroplanes. When we are debiting something to our trading account, a P&L account, it is our expenditure. We debited cost of 10 and credited income of only 5. So what should be done? What should be done? If there is an income of 5, the cost should be of 5 only. But sir, when we purchased, we were not knowing that there would be 5 aeroplanes lying at the end of the year. Hence, we debited everything to our purchase. True, but at the end of the year, you know that as only 5 have been sold, 5 are lying unsold. So I am reversing, please understand, reversing cost of unsold aeroplanes, which in common term is known as closing stock. 5. What is the cost of this unsold aeroplanes? 500. Hence, the net cost is only 500. If my net cost is 500 and if my sales is 600, what shall be the answer? To gross profit 100, to gross profit 100, which we had already derived in a logical manner. Now we are selling 5 aeroplanes, but cost of how many aeroplanes in written over here? 0, which is again illogical. If 5 aeroplanes are being sold, cost of 5 aeroplanes is to be written. How? A cost of 5 unsold aeroplanes which are sold in the next year is written as an opening stock. If I am writing it as an opening stock, what shall be the cost? 500. Now let us compare. Is there a profit or loss? Cost of 500, sales of 450 by gross loss of 50, which we had already derived in a logical manner. Yes, please understand friends, please understand what we are doing with the closing stock in the trading account is nothing but reversal of an expenditure from which the income is to be earned in next year. When we are purchasing 10 planes but selling only 5, cost of only 5 aeroplanes should be debited to our trading account to know the true results. But as we had already debited the cost of 10 airplanes, the cost of 5 needs to be reversed. How we are reversing? Not as a minus to purchase, but what we are doing is by closing stock. I hope you are understanding. This is what you were doing till date. So the closing stock that you are writing in your trading account credit side is nothing but reversal of your purchase expenditure. Please mind well, that is nothing but reversal of your purchase expenditure, which when sold in the next year shall be debited to your trading account. Is it fine? Are you getting the situation? Yes, sir, this was not taught to us, but this was taught to us. Yes, friends, this is your 11-12 standard. This is what you will be learning in your CA foundation, or rather the entire CA curriculum. Yes, you need to understand the logics, the thoughts, why the things are done in such a manner. Is it fine? Yes, friends. So these are just some examples that I gave you. What we'll be doing, how we'll be learning, or what is my intention to teach you people. My intention is not to teach you the journal entries or giving the effects that if a particular transaction is given, effect is to be given in this manner. No, we need to understand the logics. We need to understand what shall be the process and what is the effect of giving such a effect. Yes, or transaction, or what is the effect of giving such a accounting entry. Is it fine? Yes, friend. We are ending today's session over here. What we'll be doing from the next classes, we'll be learning a our syllabus will be starting formally our learning. Sir, from which book you will be teaching? I will be teaching from the module which has been provided by the institute. So, the first thing is that I will be teaching from the module. Sir, what we are supposed to carry? You are supposed to carry your module. If you are not having the printouts, you can also have your PDF. One blank notebook. Please spare it for accounts. Don't have a rough book. Yes, please don't have a rough book. Please have a proper book for your accounts and your pen and calculator. Yes, this is the minimum things that you will be needing in my lectures. In the next class, we will be starting the learning from a chapter called consignment, accounting for consignment transaction. So, this has not been taught to us in our 11-12 standard. No worries, we will be learning from the scratch what is consignment sales, what accounting is to be done and everything. Is it fine? So, we will be starting our learning formally from the next class. For today, we are keeping up till here. I hope you understood the difference that what you have been taught and how we will be learning in our foundation journey. Yes, thank you very much. Please give maximum time to your studies and utilize the time. Yes, thank you very much.